Hey there, my name is Virgilio, realtor at Sage Real Estate and co-host of the Toronto Living's Real Estate podcast. And today I'm making a quick follow-up video on the last video I just made about pets in condominium buildings. So this video I'm going to make, again, it's going to be short and sweet, and I'm going to talk about specifically the landlord and tenant relationship when it comes to pets in buildings. So if you're interested in hearing about some of the way that the rules work, then stick around because I got some information for you. Okay, so I'm going to talk to the tenants first. Let's kind of speak to the tenants. So if you are applying to places and you do have a pet on you, you have to be aware that a landlord is allowed to deny an application because you have a pet. Sometimes this has nothing to do with the landlord preference. Sometimes it actually goes above his head. And if you watch the last video, you would know that it might be right in the condo rules where there are just no pets allowed in that building. And if you do end up signing a lease and bringing your pet in there, you may actually just get kicked out because you are not allowed to have it due to the condo rules over the landlord rules. So for the landlord side, if you do own a unit in a pet-friendly building, but you don't like pets yourself, then the way that this works is this. If you get an applicant that puts an offer on the table and they disclose that they have a dog or a cat or whatever the case, you're still allowed to deny their application because of the fact that they have a cat or a dog. That is still allowed. But if the applicant does not have a pet at the time of the offer and the application, then they submit, you accept, and like 5 months later, 3 months later, whatever the case is, they decide that now is the time that they want the dog. You actually cannot evict them because they got a cat or a dog after the fact, as long as it abides by the condominium rules. Now, that being said, there's a handful of exceptions that you're allowed to actually try to get an eviction to happen if they do bring a dog or an animal in your unit when you didn't want that to happen. And these are them. Number one, the pet needs to be considered dangerous. Number two, it needs to continuously disturb neighbors. Or number three, the pet is damaging your property. Now, you can't just kind of make that call yourself and just, go for an eviction. What needs to happen is you actually need to convince the landlord-tenant board, and the tenant doesn't need to do anything until they get a written order from the landlord-tenant board. In any case, whether you're a tenant or landlord, I recommend being as transparent as possible. I don't think there's anything more stressful than always having tension with a landlord when you're living somewhere. So I think it's best that every party just tries to keep as much of an open mind as possible. Be transparent and sleep in peace for as much of your life as you can. That's the video for today. I hope you found some value in it. As always, if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out using the links below. If you want to add to the conversation, you can always comment. And if you haven't already, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll keep the videos coming. So I'll see you in the next one.